Global Sports presents the high school football game of the week. Tonight from Catholic High School in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's the Cougars of Charlotte Catholic hosting the Wonders from A.L. Brown of Kannapolis. Hi everyone, along with Woody Kane, I'm Randy Willoughby, and welcome to Jim Odo Field. We're at Keeper Stadium. Let's see, what other attractions? We've been here before. It's a great little place to have a football game, and these two teams, I guess you could say, Woody, is a rematch from last year, except they're meeting a couple of weeks earlier this year.
That's right, Randy, and the teams might be a little bit different than we saw last year. I think Kannapolis, on the one hand, passes a little bit better than they did a year ago. They were primarily a running team a season ago. Catholic, on the other hand, Coach Massey was quoted in the newspaper this week as saying he thinks they might be a little bit better offensively than they were a year ago. And the guy you got to talk about there is Ben Herlocker. Last week, all he did was rush for 350 yards and about 6 touchdowns, so that's pretty nasty.
Well, of course, Catholic trying to defend their state 3A championship. Of course, 2 years ago, they were the 2A state champions. That's a pretty tough feat moving up one class, but the streak is over with if there was any pressure in that, but they've got another streak started in 9 in a row.
Yeah, they do. They lost a couple of games earlier in the year to Country Day and to Latin, but they have been rolling right along ever since then. I think one of the things that's unique about this game, Randy, is you get a look at an offense you don't get to see a lot during the regular season. That triple option that Catholic runs is very tough for teams simply because they don't get a look at it very often, and that'll make things tough on Kannapolis. They do have the advantage of having seen it a year ago, however.
Well, we, nothing unusual for Catholic to take a ball and go 80 yards, 7.5 minutes off the clock. And nothing fancy. We're going to line up. It's called blocking and tackling, and we're going to execute, and you know what's coming, and stop us if you can.
And the thing about Catholic, though, is if you get a lead on them and force them to play catch-up, that might be the key, because if they get out front and can just hold the ball away from you all night long, you're going to be in trouble.
We'll talk more about some marquee matchups and the individuals on both these teams when our pregame show continues in just a minute.